We're in the heart of Mexico, the state of Michoacán, one of the most beautiful and equally dangerous places in the country. Power here is divided between the cartels and the police. Some villages in this area have formed militias to defend themselves from both of these forces, and I am in one of those villages, which is called Cherán. And right in front of my eyes, the self-defense fighters have caught scouts from the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, which is one of the most violent in Mexico, and they were clearly gathering intelligence before launching another attack. As for the police, they don't even set foot in this part of the country. This is Cherán. Here it's the cartels and militias who rule. Today we are going to be exploring the unbelievably beautiful and unbelievably dangerous Mexico. Hello, I'm going to Cherán.
Yes, Cherán starts at the next checkpoint.
I got through the border, which is controlled by the authorities. After that, it's the territory of the self-defense groups and cartels. Hello. I'm on my way to see Francisco Huaruco. All names and all faces are going to be concealed in this section. Not because they're secret. Everybody in this area knows each other. But because that can be used as evidence in court, if it should ever come to that. We agreed to do an interview?
Please go park over there.
I'm being held up at the checkpoint. Now, they need to decide if they're letting me in or not. You see that guy there? He's carrying a machine gun. The entrance of the town reminds me of a military base. There are guys with rifles searching through every single car.
From Russia, show me.
Stanislav Natanzan, in Russia.
In Russia?
Yes, Stanislav Natanzan in Russia.
Listen, there's a guy here.
I'm waiting and trying not to worry too much, even though, on the inside, I'm getting the same feelings those American guys must have had when they got stopped on the road. So just to be safe, I send my location to my friends so they know where to look for me.
Just, wait a bit longer because he's patrolling another base, and when he's done there, when he's finished there...
He's patrolling that base, and when he's done there, he'll come here and get me.
He's going
Is that what you're saying?
to finish up there, and then a coyote will come over here and escort you. He'll call me.
So a coyote's going to come and escort me then?
He's confirmed that he's going to come and fetch you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a bathroom here?
Yeah, that way.
Can I go? That's
Yes.
great. Okay, thank you. To be honest, I just wanted to take a walk and get some fresh air. Okay guys, the coyote is meant to fetch me and take me into the village because I'm not allowed to go by myself. The town of Cherán is almost at the center of the state of Michoacán, and since 2011, it has been free of cartels and the police. It all started as a fight over the forest. The townspeople didn't want to give it away to any gangsters, so they could be left to grow their own avocados. But in the end, it got very messy. In Cherán, Mexican governmental authorities are banned. Political parties are banned as well. Any kind of activism is also banned. Even Mexican elections are not allowed, which means Cherán has no say in who becomes president of the country. All they vote on is the city council. At the entrance, there is a sign which says that the town is governed in accordance with local traditions, and political parties are not allowed. In the end, I was fetched by a police car. But you see, the guy behind the wheel is not a policeman. Guy driving is the coyote. Or one of the guides around the village of Cherán. I'm taken to what used to be a police station, which is filled with guys, all of whom are armed to the teeth. More and more of them arrive, and it looks like we're heading out on a patrol, since before I drove into the small town, a vehicle was spotted which raised their suspicion. Did these holes come from bullets? They shot at you?
Yes.
And when did this happen? When were people shooting at you?
Yeah, but it was a while ago. So our guys said enough, and we started a little war because we had had enough of the humiliation and of the extortion. We had got tired of having to live our lives in fear. It all started with a small group of brave women who went out and said, "We've had enough," and that's where it all started.
All right, guys, now the most dangerous part of the patrol is starting. we're patrolling the forests of Cherán. That is because, like in the good old days, or maybe the not so good old days, to be more accurate, guerrilla wars in the forests still happen in Mexico, and they are still surprisingly common. So, the cartels lay traps in the forest so that they can attack the patrols and fire at them. We got a call from someone at the checkpoint.
Okay.
What happened? Guys, someone just got stopped right in front of us. It looks like they're not popular around here. Look at this.
Thank you.
This is a messed up situation. They're starting to check the car. The car and the people are searched very thoroughly. At first, they're told to empty their pockets and take off their shoes and any jackets. So watch what's happening. While one of them is going through this guy's pockets, a second one is searching the car. At one point, I noticed that the guards were all touching their pistols and checking their rifles, like they're getting ready to shoot. You can cut the tension in the air with a knife right now. The first thing you'll notice is the deathly silence, which is interrupted by trucks which drive through the area from time to time. All of them are clearly feeling tense because they're holding their guns at the ready. And they are just looking at one another with these meaningful glances. I understand that they're even planning to check under the hood. Let's watch. Everyone is almost silent except for sharp orders. All right, guys, so this is the situation. There are 3 guys, no, 4. And it looks like they might be carrying something illegal. 2 are standing in front of me. There's one in the car and another nearby. Their car is being searched, and around it are guards from the self-defense force. And if they are carrying something illegal, then there's quite a good chance that a cartel is on its way to back them up. And then there's going to be a fight. And this is definitely not a hypothetical. Not at all. This is something that happens here all the time. And that's why if you listen, you will hear a silence that is full with tension. Everyone is waiting for the first shot. And if and when that shot gets fired, then that's it, that's the end. Seriously, guys, this is scary. The guys on that side are just young boys. They don't have tattoos or anything. This is really starting to feel tense. I'm here with them, and I realized I'm the only one without a vest. Look, guys, these guys with their guns with them are taking the other 2 for a piss. And there's one on the periphery to make sure they still have coverage over the whole area. And there's another one over there to make sure there's full cover. And that guy there already has his hand on the trigger. Ooh. Sorry, can I ask a question?
What's up?
Are things okay here?
Yeah, it's fine. We're getting searched, which is normal here. It's another day for us.
Look, this guy has a tattoo of a dagger and 2 teardrops under his eye. And this kind of tattoo is popular among Mexican gangs and gangs on the American West Coast. And they get them to signify that someone has killed or come out on the end of a bad situation. Guys, they have found something. They have found something. Look. Something's happening. They've got their guns ready. Now, look at this, guys. Everybody's at full attention. It looks like they found drugs. This could turn into a shootout. So I think I should start walking away. I don't want to be in the line of fire. We are currently right in the center of central Mexico. If you get killed here, they just dump your body in a field. That's it. The most dangerous thing about all of this is that none of the guys around here are with the authorities. Everything all right?
Yeah.
The truth is, nothing is going all right for these 2 guys. One of them is taken to a little cabin, and he's going to be interrogated. Then after a little while, the second one goes into the same cabin, and following them are 3 armed guards. Both of them have been taken into the cabin. The one over my shoulder, they won't let me in there. They said that I can't film this. I'm sure they're being interrogated, but I have no idea exactly what is going on. First, they took one of them in, and then the other. They've had the 2 of them in there for 20 minutes. Now, of course, the police aren't going to get involved. After a little while longer, the guys were dragged out, looking a bit worse for wear. So the 2 of them were finally released, but then they were dragged back in again. And the car they were driving is simply going to be driven away. The self-defense guys have just taken it over. As for what happened to those 2 guys, no one is willing to tell me, and they wouldn't answer any more questions.
We're happy to have visitors to our town, but if you're coming here to cause trouble, you won't have a good time. That's why when anybody tries to come through our town with bad intentions, we will stop them and investigate what they're up to.
Because of this, Cherán is the safest city in Michoacán and maybe even all of Mexico. There are never any murders here, and the worst crime that they have to deal with is just shoplifting.
For all of us, the most important is looking after our people. That's our focus. We aren't trying to do anything about any of the cartels. The cartels can do whatever they want, wherever, just not in our town. So we don't want to get involved with that. We are simply trying to look after our people so that anyone who belongs to shady organizations don't step foot here at all. That's the reason why our town is surrounded by checkpoints, to keep them out.
I personally can see that Cherán is a very peaceful place, but
that's good to hear.
Know of any way? Is it possible to get all of Mexico like this? Can you make the whole country peaceful?
It shouldn't be like this in our area. It can't just be like this here. It can't just be like this in Cherán. We have our own rules that we follow. Everyone has the right, just not here. Or Mexico. Everybody in the world has the right to live in peace. We're all human after all, and when we have to see such atrocities, how can we keep our humanity? At the end of the day, when we die, we're all going to move to a better world, in the same way that we arrived in this one. And while we haven't found peace all over the world, I still think that it's our responsibility to look after our own people, and we need to take care of the places where we all live.
I'm leaving Cherán now, and I'll be going through to the checkpoint now, and honestly, guys, I'm a bit torn about all this. Really, I'm conflicted. I mean, on the one hand, this town stood up and said no. Everybody had enough and came together and said no to gangsters, to corruption, to any kind of bad behavior. They simply said, thanks a lot, but we'll be separating ourselves. And then they put up checkpoints, just like the one I'm going to be passing through now. But on the other hand, every checkpoint you drive through, you will get searched. You're being searched by complete strangers. These people are not with any official authorities. Hi, yeah, goodbye. They're all carrying pretty deadly weapons. Yeah, they search you, but you're not really sure who they are. You also don't know what powers they really have. What if you're not with a cartel? What if you're just some guy with a tattoo? What if you're just a teenager who saw the look online and thought it was really cool to have? Well, they did find those other 2 out. They found them trafficking contraband, but odds are very low that in every search, they will find something. I can imagine myself in their very shoes being searched by these massive guys with their massive machine guns. Guys who work for the self-defense squad. It'll be very unpleasant, I'm sure that we'd all agree on that. What do you think about this?